When I came from the classroom, I entered the washroom. That's just to tell you, I instead of having that teaching position that I was aiming for, I came and got a job as a cleaner.
Okay.
And I did this for 4 years.
Whoa.
Out of the 8 years. And this 4 years was without any promotion, without any change. I think I had a little change. After 2 years, there was 100 dirham increment in salary. And the basic salary was 1,050.
Okay.
So that's what I lived on for 4 years.
Wow.
But I didn't give up. This, what I mentioned now, is not a kind of demotivating factor, but this is one of the reasons why I'm strong.
I'll pick up the chunks from the bins and take my bag. I could not afford a thing. There was a day I got stuck in Dubai. I did not have transport fare.
Oh my God.
I slept in Union.
You slept in Union?
So without wasting time, I opened my boxes because I told you I came just with few pieces of dresses and I start selling.
I passed through a lot of difficult times emotionally. In fact, because of the time I wanted to commit suicide.
Right?
Yeah.
So I actually sent 3 million CFA francs. Yes. And they made me a 1-month visa.
I applied a lot. If you know what 8 months looks like.
I've been for 17 months, my dear, without a job. Yes, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same.
After 15 months, I met a parent who asked me to be taking the child to school.
Okay.
And that was another shift in my teaching career.
Okay.
This was a physically challenged learner, and I was asked to be taking him to school. And this is not something I've done before because it has to do with special educational needs.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of my new aspect or new part of teaching, which is I am into now as a special educational needs educator.
Oh, okay.
So I took this child to school, and after a year, that was counted as an experience. So I just built on the experience that I gathered for 1 year, taking this child to school, sitting with him in class, assisting him. I learned a lot with that, and I equally thought that if I could take this path, it's going to be very helpful to me, and because I have a passion working with people who are physically challenged. So I did some courses online and also with some institute here in the United Arab Emirates, which I will not want to advertise.
Okay, no worries.
So yeah, I built on that to strengthen my CV and go for better positions. Yes.
So in total, how many employments have you had? For 8 years.
For 8 years. Quickly, I worked as cleaner. From then, I worked as a shadow teacher.
Okay.
And today, I am not a full-time teacher, though. I'm an assistant, an inclusion assistant. So it's just these 3.
Oh, okay. So actually, that's 3 legal employments.
Yes.
All right. So how many visa changes did you go for?
During my unemployed period, I went 5 times.
Okay.
Which is enormous, but there was no other way out of it.
Oh, okay. So with the synopsis you've given me about your DXB experience, right? Can you tell us plainly what it is like living in Dubai as an African? Please, not the Instagram chakam.
Yes.
Okay? Tell us like plainly the real life, day-to-day reality.
Dubai, let me not say Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. In 3 words, I can describe it as hot, as safe, and evolving. So to live here, be you an African, or let me talk about an African specifically, you have to adapt to these 3 changes, to these 3 aspects. You should be able to bear the heat. Heat as in the climate and heat as in work. You know what happens at work. It's not a place where you relax and work like elsewhere. You need to push, and you equally have to, keep yourself safe from things that can put you into trouble, because when we talk of a safe country, it is not safe from this viewpoint, but if you look at it from your viewpoint, you must not be a criminal to make the country safe.
Yep.
So you must stay away from criminality and just do what the laws and the policies of the land says. And evolving means you have to adapt to the changes as quick as possible, because this is a country that is not stagnant. You have to move with the moving trends.
Yeah.
Once you see fora for change, you have to change with it as well.
Definitely.
So you move with
The innovation.
exactly, with the new innovations.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's really sad for me to hear you've been a teacher in Cameroon for 10 years and it was so hard for you to land a teaching job in the UAE, of which I've been honored to interview many people. And yesterday I was honored to interview an African guy who is a principal here.
Wow.
And he told me something. So when you're telling me, oh, it's because you could not have a teaching job, probably maybe your CV was not right. Because he told me something. He said he was applying for jobs with the wrong CV. He was applying for teaching jobs and his CV did not actually present or have what they want for your CV to have to enable them to call you. So probably your CV had some issues.
Yes, that could be part of it. And actually qualification is also count.
Okay.
But talking about the CV, it is something to take very seriously, because with the number of people who apply for jobs here, both in the country and out of the country, they use machines to scrutinize these CVs.
Yeah.
And for it to be picked up, there are some keywords that the machines go through and scan through to pick them.
Okay.
So once it is not there, it is difficult for your CV to be picked up.
Okay.
However, it's not only that, that's just one aspect of the many.
Okay.
So it's true that the CV contributes as
Because he said the day he had to change his CV, he applied like for 1 week and he was called.
Yes, it happens, but there are people who have been applying with the right CV who've never changed their CV, because they've been recruited based on the same CV, the same everything that they've been applying for for the past years. So it's just part of it. I cannot say it's the whole thing. The whole thing is building yourself skills. It is not only the paperwork, but what can you actually do, and also what have you done that can be seen.
Okay.
So that's what counts.
All right. So, in your own opinion, as an African, is Dubai a place where one or maybe an African can truly build wealth, long-term wealth and family, or is it like for a short-term hustle?
It depends on the person. Okay. If your intention is to stay here for long and build your life with your family here, it is possible. And if you want to stay temporarily, it is still possible. So it depends from personal perspective. All can be achieved here in the UAE. However, it is more of a place where you can build yourself and maybe go out to settle where you think it's more comfortable, because the laws here are a little bit different to what obtained elsewhere. No matter how long you're here, sometimes you still it still feels like you're new because of their laws. You know, no matter how long you've worked, even though they're bringing things now like the golden visa and all that, where you can go and come back, but without that it is a little bit difficult compared to other countries.
Okay. So you're saying that if you were given the passport, for example, it's going to make you feel inclusive in the culture, do you think?
That's another thing. The culture matters, because this is purely an Arabic country.
Let's scrap it being an Arabic country,
Okay.
let's just talk about the other nations
Okay.
which give their nationalities or their passports. So do you think intricately you would feel inclusive? Let's be, we are being honest here.
Exactly. I understand you. You know, as I always say, my experience will not be your experience. So for me, I have my own way of viewing things. It's not all about others. If I'm living here to survive so that I can be able to take care of myself and others, and I have that ability to do it, then I should be able to do it. But for others, they look at other aspects like, am I respected? Am I included in other things that happen around the environment? With that, if you want to consider bring in other aspects, sometimes it can discourage you or it can make you think otherwise. But from my personal perspective, if I'm offered the opportunity to live here and stay here with the people, I will do that until my time is over, then I can leave.
Okay. All right. So, should someone be listening to you, Mr. Walters, and they are wanting to get into the line of profession that you are in? I know for sure that it wasn't really easy from the start. You had to struggle, and probably, I know for sure, and I pray that this should not be your first stop. I really want to see you in this classroom because, guys, he's a YouTuber, and what I see him doing, is it mathematics you're teaching?
Yes.
And trust me, I don't know, maybe I'll just link you up to the principal guy because he's also a mathematician. He teaches maths.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, and he told me something. He said, I asked him a question, and I said, what's your biggest win? And what did it cost you? And he said, my biggest win is getting to the principal position here in the UAE, and it cost me 60,000 dirhams.
Yes. Yes, it takes sacrifice, and 60,000 dirhams is
because
not,
he studied, he did a course from the University of Birmingham here in Dubai, which course cost him 60K.
Yes, it cost that much to get to what you aspire to be. So just to come back to what you mentioned about teaching online, yes, I do elementary mathematics online because I have passion for this as well. So I do teach this not for the reason that other people do. Some do for money. They want to have subscribers and people who get in there so that they can make money. But mine is just a passion, and I do that purposely so that children back home can be able to watch it, pause, redo, then play again and do it over and over. But unfortunately, the internet connection or electricity problems may hamper them from doing this successfully. But I do that as a passion. And the reason why I was pushed to do this is because in addition to my teaching profession, my essence of life, which I wanted to talk about it in a special way, is philanthropy, charity work. So we'll come to that and I will talk more. So I do this, and because there is a gap between when I do one donation and the other, what happens in between is the channel stays dormant. So I wanted to keep it active, and that's why I do this mathematics. Elementary, I specify elementary mathematics for young kids to learn. Okay.
All right. So what courses would you advise someone to take to get into where you are, your profession right now?
Yes, the basic is a bachelor's degree, a bachelor's degree in education. Once you have that, then you can start with postgraduate courses in teaching. You can find one in Alain University, in Abu Dhabi University. You'll find those courses, postgraduate courses there. Even the University of Birmingham that you mentioned before, they also offer that. You can also do courses like international diploma in special needs, level 5 or level 3, depending on how much you can afford. You can also do that, and it will bring you up. There are courses like applied behavior analysis, ABA. You can do that. You can do ABAT. There are some of those short courses that, if you want to know more, you can get in touch with me on my email
Okay.
or
It's going to
my
be in the
channel.
description box.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So based on your skills, your education and experience, how much do you believe you are worth in the UAE job market?
This is something I don't always want to talk about openly, because it is true that you give a price tag to your worth, right? But my own price tag that I give to my worth is just to do what I know to do best. I know that there are people, there are employers who will take advantage of you when you give them an open check, but I always want to show what I can do. That and my output, my result is what will tell you what I'm worth. But if you want to take advantage of me, that's when we can discuss and get into the details of it.
Okay, all right, okay,
Yes.
all right. All right, so you don't want to give us a price tag?
I don't want to give you, because my worth in one school is different than in the other, or with the different employers that we have here in the UAE.
Okay.
They pay differently, and so I may say this is my worth, and because a higher institution maybe wants to take me, they base on that and they give me something which is less than what I. So it depends on where you fit in at a time.
Okay, so let's get into your philanthropic work,
Yes.
all right? Because I saw that that's what you have passions for.
Greetings, ladies and Thank you very much.
So let's ask what made you to get into philanthropy.
Yeah. First of all, the word philanthropy is one of the first words that is complicated that I knew how to spell.
Okay.
From my childhood. So getting to put together P and H to sound F, and then getting to have that throw like TH, not TRO, you know, all
Those
this
are
combined. Yeah,
different.
when I was able to push through it, it pushed me to find the meaning of this word. And when I got the meaning, I fell in love with it. And from there, I told myself that if I am not, I want to become. And that's where I had that motivation. That's part of the motivation.
Okay.
But the key thing that pushed me into humanitarian work is because of my life from childhood. I have gone through thick and thin, a lot of hardship to become what I am today. And I understand exactly what it means to lack a parent, to come from an underprivileged home. And the only way to help in that is not to talk about it, but to do something little to help a child come up or grow up without facing all the challenges. At least you can't say the child will be 100% okay, but at least the little help you give will go a long way to help that child. So I was pushed into it by my experience as a child when I was growing up, and the fact that our communities, especially back in Africa as a whole, and in some other countries, but where I come from, they need help, they need a push. And this push is not only material, it's not only money, it can be word of mouth. Just telling them that keep working hard. It's something that is worthwhile.
So what works have you done?
I'm Chanji Walters, and I'm the promoter and project coordinator of Work and Philanthropy Foundation. I'm here today in Bod Village to talk about the story of Lord Care. He is an orphan and he's one of the beneficiaries of WAPFU scholarship scheme. We are here to hear his story and to be able to know why we are supporting children like this. He is an orphan, and because of the situation that he is in, we are trying our best to support, to push him in his studies so that he can be someone tomorrow. Let's listen to the aunt share the story of Lord Care. How are you doing? Everything is okay? All right. All right, let's sit down and talk. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Walters, and I'm here to represent Work and Philanthropy Foundation. This is the foundation that assists underprivileged learners in local communities. We are here today in Bod Village to see the situation of Bolan, who is one of the beneficiaries of WAPFU scholarship. Last year, he was enlisted into the WAPFU scholarship scheme, and today we are here to see him and to talk to him and to see the family situation so that people out there can understand why we are carrying out this activity. It is never easy to talk about, but when you see it yourself, you can know what to do. I'll just give a quick rundown. We were established as Work and Philanthropy Foundation in 2010, and 3 years after that, remember I told you my salary was about 50,000. From there, we were able to save some little thing, and in 2013, we raised about 250,000 francs.
The young man whom I was telling you about this morning, he is an ex-pupil of this school. Look at what he's presenting to you for this morning. Will you please clap for him?
And we went back home to buy some material, books, and assist with some financial aids as well. So we assisted about 28 children. The following year in 2014,
and the back two are smaller. They are 40 leaves and 60 leaves, and it moves in that order. You cannot carry 80 leaves and if the child is in the class 6. Give this one, let me give to him. I wanted that the child should be used and children who are in the technical college. That's why their own books are bigger. And they have what we call math to encourage you, to let you know that there is some mathematics that they are going to pass.
We're able to go back, and the donation increased. If you go to our website at www.wapfu.com,
which is going to be in the description box,
you will see all of these details. So we moved on from 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 consecutively, but in 2017, because of the crisis, we could not go back to the grassroots because we work more with the local communities. We couldn't go back, and we were held at a standpoint or a standstill point until 2022, where we started again raising some funds, and in 2023 we did a big donation as well, which was worth about 2.4 million francs CFA. in 2023, that's last year, we did something different because each year we try to see what we can add.
Yeah.
In 2016, in addition to the donation, we were able to organize a conference where we taught young people how to participate in community development, how to also be givers.
Yeah.
And in 2023, instead of just doing the donation, we decided to establish a scholarship scheme. And we started with 50 children. So we have 50 children on our scholarship scheme where we have decided to take it upon ourselves to pay their fee each year for as long as they are consistent in their result. They keep going to school, they're not drop out, and they don't engage themselves in certain things like early pregnancies and stuff like that. We want to do that so that it gives them this assurance and help their parents or their guardians to take care of other things. So that's the new innovation that we brought into our regular donations. We don't know what is coming up this year, but the scholarship scheme has come to stay.
Okay. All right. So should someone be listening to you and wants to chip in or help, how can they get in contact with you?
Through the website, there is a contact, and also I think in the description we are going to put a contact on the, even on the screen we can put a contact where you can get in touch with us and see in which aspect you can donate. We have something we call the 21st century donor. This 21st century donor are people who give not from abundance, we give from sacrifice. And sacrificial giving is, we've made it so simple that you just give the least amount that you can give each day. Each blessed day, you keep this amount, and for 365 days, you see what it comes out to be. You can pay fee for a child, or you can buy books for a child, or a backpack, or something that will go a long way to help a child.
What about donating actual gifts? Is it
yes, for actual gifts, you are highly welcome. In fact, we encourage that more because finances is what tears people apart. So we encourage material giving, but because of the fact that we are far away from home and transporting these things back home is also difficult, we encourage that.
But do you have a point in Cameroon where someone can actually, because sometimes when people may want to send things like sending cargo and they just put things which they want to go and give out, so do you have a point where in Cameroon where they can actually reach out to give? Definitely there are contacts that you have on the screen as well. So there are people that you can get in touch with and you can give your donations. And one thing that you should be assured of is we are accountable. Accountability is our watchword. Whatever we collect from donors, once the donation is over, we always issue our account statement and show videos and pictures of what we have done and what is left over to be carried forward to the next year. But we always account for whatever we do. So don't be scared to join us in this fight. And there is also one thing that I want to say. It is not only about giving to us or passing through us. You can also be a donor where you are. So we encourage people to just take it as a responsibility to give in their local areas as well. So select some children, give to them, but if for any reasons you can't do that and you wish to support us or to pass through us, you are highly welcome. You can contact us and we'll be able to work together. Oh, thank you so much. The humanitarian contacts or his humanitarian website and everything, the contacts of everything he's saying is going to be in the description box, so you can just go there, click on it, and probably get in contact with him if you have the need to help people. It's very important. It opens doors as well for others, for you who is helping. It does, trust me. And
just to add, one more thing is, you may not be able to help, but you know someone who can help. So we create a network of people of 21st century donors, as I mentioned, and these are people who help globally. So what we do, we can also come to you and help you to show you how to give, because there are many people out there who have this heart, but they don't know how to go about it. So we can help you to do that as well.
All right. So I guess you work with Indians and Arabs. All right. How would you think your Indian or Arab colleagues perceive how Africans treat them?
Find a lot of people from one nationality in this, and this has an influence on the treatment that they give to others, because these others are considered like kind of minority. They are not, the numbers are not as much as, and so